Dodge and your friendly Dodge dealers. Menards, helping you build America's heartland for 41 years. The car and truck divisions of the General Motors Corporation. Dairy Queen, for that summertime feeling all year through, meet me at DQ. And Toyota and your local Toyota dealers. The season comes to a close. All eyes are on one prize, a state championship. Live from the XL Energy Center, the 2001 Minnesota State Boys Hockey Tournament on UPN 9.
It's day 2, or should I say night 2, of the 2001 Minnesota Boys State High School Hockey Tournament. A great view, nighttime in St. Paul on the XL Energy Center. As we welcome you inside. It's prime time. It's AA quarterfinal Thursday. We think we've got a great doubleheader for you. Welcome to the KMSB Sports Pavilion in the XL Energy Center with Ryan Lund. I'm Jeff Grayson. We've got a doubleheader for you tonight. We're going to begin with 2 programs that we're used to seeing around here, White Bear Lake and Moorehead. And in our 2 games, besides the incentive of a state tournament, there are 2 additional storylines, Ryan.
In the first game, you could say the Spuds want to do it for DJ. DJ Yarber, their second leading scorer, out with intestinal problems. He played in the section final, but he is out tonight. That gives the Spuds something to play for. In the second game, Eden Prairie and Greenway. Eden Prairie, one of the largest schools in the state. Greenway, one of the smallest, a difference of almost 1,800 kids in enrollment. But when the puck drops, there's just going to be 5 skaters on the ice for each team.
I'm looking forward to that one as well. Our second game, they're going to try to do what Roseau did a couple years ago, the small school against the bigger ones. But that's later. For now, let's go upstairs. Get ready for our first game with our announcers, Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny. Gentlemen.
Thanks very much, guys, and we are looking forward to this night's games. A lot of people coming into the tournament. We're saying this had one of the best matchups of all games in the tournaments. We're really looking forward to it. Stay with us all night long. And first of all, Louis, we're going to see a couple of teams in this game between Moorehead and White Bear Lake that have both had a lot of emphasis on defensive hockey and down the stretch have not allowed a lot of goals.
Well, Moorehead got 2 shutouts in the regional semifinals and quarterfinals, so that speaks well about their real tight defensive play at that time of the year. And during the season, the shutout record by the White Bear goaltender, he got 9. So we expect to see a low-scoring game here tonight. And if we do see some scoring, one of the guys that could do some scoring is Wade Harstead. He's got 14 goals and 13 assists, Wally, for Moorehead. But the coach says he's one of the senior leaders on the team, really a guy that the others look up to.
On the other end of the rink for White Bear Lake, one of their tremendous stars, and many people say he's the best player in the state, defenseman Tim Hambley.
He's a good all-around player. He got a great goal in the finals of the region. I saw him. He comes out of the offensive zone or defensive zone. He comes with the play. He's got a good shot. He's got a great feel for where to go and when to get open and when to shoot the puck. He's got a lot of scoring. He's the leading scorer on the team.
It's the big schools in quarterfinal action. Don't go far. We've got the starting lineups and the introduction of all players when we return.
Trying to find a tasty treat? He'll point you in the right direction. The sweet nougat surrounded by caramel and peanuts of a Pearson salted nut roll is worth looking for. Pick up a Pearson salted nut roll and remember how great it tastes. Need a little energy boost? Step up to a Pearson salted nut roll. Sure, it's packed with protein, even carbs, but let's face it, the great taste is what really hits the spot. Pick up a Pearson salted nut roll and remember how great it tastes.
Tools give you the edge, the upper hand. Financial tools from U.S. Bank are no exception. They simplify a complicated job. Over time, they make you wonder how you ever got along without them. For every person, for every financial need, we have a tool. Your needs, our tools. U.S. Bank.
We're going to the party. It's east.
Yeah, but the city's north.
Let's go west and get lost.
Before we go anywhere, let's eat.
Now for a really fresh idea.
If we're gonna eat,
Southwest.
Subway has 4 new Subway Selects made fresh right in front of you, like the delicious Southwest chicken, seasoned chicken with a tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh baked gourmet bread.
I think we went the right way.
Subway, eat fresh.
Now through March 31st, Chevy's making a lot of noise at the Minneapolis Auto Show with 0.0% APR financing for up to 60 months on the 2001 Blazer. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. 0.0 APR financing. Now at your Chevy dealer.
The Moorehead Spuds come in ranked number 9 in the state. The White Bear Lake Bears ranked number 3. Now let's go downstairs to PA announcer Dick Stanford and meet the contestants for tonight's quarterfinal game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to St. Paul and the 2001 Minnesota High School Boys Hockey Tournament. Let's begin our introductions for this evening's first quarterfinal game by meeting the cheerleaders. White Bear Lake cheerleaders, Stephanie Pullman, Kara Eliason, Andrea Matlin, Heather Leaf, Marissa Kohler, Stacy Lombardo, Sarah Beal, and mascot Stella Mallinger, and Mari Tomacheski, the cheerleaders from White Bear Lake. And now let's meet the 3AA champions with a record of 24-3-1, the Bears from White Bear Lake. First sophomore goaltender, number 1, John Anderson. Junior defenseman, number 2, Matt Parnell. Senior defense, number 3, Adam Blasi. Senior defenseman number 4, Tim Hambley. Sophomore defenseman number 5, Chris Anderson. Sophomore defenseman number 6, Sean White. Junior forward number 7, Brian Slattery. Senior forward number 8, Brian LeMay. Sophomore forward number 9, Troy Kalova. Senior forward number 10, Ryan Stutz. Senior forward number 11, Travis Herbert. Sophomore forward number 12, Lance Millark. Junior forward number 14, Ryan Carter. Senior forward number 15, Jared Deutsch. Senior forward number 16, Dan Gelderman. Junior forward number 17, Mike Kopp. Senior forward number 18, Mike Clyden. Sophomore defenseman number 19, Dustin Mercado. Junior forward number 20, Jeff Snyder. And senior goaltender number 30, Eric Arneo. Head coach Bill Butters, the White Bear Lake Bears. And now let's meet the champions of Section 8AA with a record of 20-6, the Spuds from Moorehead. First, junior center, number 2, Terry Crogro. Senior defenseman, number 3, Steve Rosenfeld. Sophomore defense, number 4, Brent Vesta. Junior defense, number 6, James Marcy. Junior center, number 7, Scott Bjorklund. Senior wing, number 8, Ryan Russell. Junior center, number 10, Kevin Smith. Senior wing, number 11, Wade Harstad. Junior defenseman, number 12, Eric Stavanger. Junior wing, number 14, Matt Kleber. Senior wing, number 15, John Mackner. Freshman wing, number 17, Nick Dutz. Junior wing, number 19, Jeff Bernstrom. Sophomore wing, number 20, Brian Becker. Junior wing number 21, Matt Hayek. Senior wing number 23, Aaron Haskins. Sophomore defense number 26, Jace Voss. Senior defenseman number 27, Mark Buchholz. Junior goaltender number 31, Chad Weiswinger. Senior goaltender number 33, Dave Jess. Head coach Dave Morinville, the Moorehead Spuds. Here are your officials for this quarterfinal game. The referees are Mike Riley and Bill Mason, and your linesman is C.J. Berline. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand and join in singing as the White Bear Lake High School Band, under the direction of Rob Rantanen, leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner. We're all set to go. Double-A action between two top-ranked teams in the state of Minnesota, and we're really looking forward to the Double-A tournament, and a really good crowd on hand tonight here too, Louis, for the quarterfinal games.
One thing, Wally, when you look at both of these clubs, it's very interesting that they each have 10 underclassmen. Although when you look at White Bear's lineup, they have 5 sophomores in that lineup, and there are 3 sophomores for Moorehead. So they've got a young team, yet they've both been able to make it here to the state tournament, which speaks very well about their program. This White Bear team, they've been really strong for years in the Pee-wees and the Bantams, so you expected to see them get here, but they got here a little early. They got 10 underclassmen, 5 sophomore. That speaks well because they came through a very tough section. Moorehead came back and beat Roseville, as you know, in the finals, and got outshot 32-14. But talking to the coach before the game, he said, you know, we had a lot of chances in that game when we didn't score, but he said, really, our goaltender did save us that game. But the game before, they had beat him like 8-1.
Right.
So don't sell Moorehead short either. They both have good squads, and it should be an exciting hockey game here tonight.
Two teams huddling around their respective goalies. You're taking a look at the White Bear Lake Bears as they huddle around Eric Arnio, a senior goaltender who comes in with a 1.07 goals against average. He had nine shutouts on the season, known for very quick feet, and he, in the coach of Bill Butter's words, is a total package as a goalkeeper.
Well, I saw him play against Roseville in the finals there, and he played extremely well. Roseville gave White Bear all they wanted to handle. You know, Roseville's got one of the Mr. Hockey finalists there, young Surdich, and it was a real exciting, interesting game, but White Bear was able to pull it out, and so they've got themselves back to the state. It's Billy's first time as a coach. He's been here as a player, but he's extremely excited being here, and he's got his son as an assistant coach here tonight.
That's Chad Weiswinger, the starting goalkeeper, and the #1 man down the stretch here for the Moorehead Spuds. All set to go. Linesman C.J. Berline ready to drop the puck. Mike Riley and Bill Mason again the referees, and we're underway in Double-A quarterfinal action. At center ice, the Moorehead Spuds have the puck as defenseman Stavanger playing it across to his partner, number 27, Buchholz. Stavanger up along the corner board, being watched closely by two Bears. Stavanger still with the puck.
junior, headsy defenseman. He'll get a lot of ice time. Finally lost out to the forechecking pressure of Ryan Carter. They swing it back to the point, going D to D. Mercado to Hambley, and back down low. Broken up, and the Spuds break out now. 3-on-2. Here's Harstad across the line. Looking across for Russell. The pass goes in behind the goal. Scrambling of players, and Arneo not taking any chances and hanging on to this.
Well, Harstad missed the net on that shot. He had a good opportunity, but it was all created because of some real good work down in front of the net. Russell had to take Carter down because there was a free puck there right in front of the net when White Bear was putting some pressure on. By taking him out, they were able to skate out with that puck, come right down the ice, and have a good opportunity. Unfortunately for them, they just missed the net, and they got a face-off right to the goalie's left.
Off the draw, number 3, Rosenfeld tries a shot. One of the co-captains for Moorehead. Carries back out to center ice, and this is number 6, James Marcy. Moorehead, a White Bear breaking it up, and they'll take an icing, shooting it from their half of center all the way down beyond the opposing goal line.
These clubs, even though they haven't been here for a number of years, Wally, they don't look too nervous. They seem like they've got a lot of confidence out there. They're not skittish when they handle the puck. They're holding on to it. They're looking to make a play. They're skating with it. They both have come through some tough conferences. When you play tough teams throughout the year, when you get to the tournament like that, you're prepared for the excitement and the adrenaline rush that you get here.
Play goes in behind the White Bear goal. Number 15 there is Jared Deutsch. Back it comes to Slattery now. He'll try it up the left wing boards. White Bear Lake getting out, but some good defensive play going on by both teams, and a good crunching check there thrown by Steve Rosenfeld. Another one thrown back in behind the Moorehead goal by Brian LeMay of White Bear. At the point, trying to keep it in is Jared Deutsch. Puck bounces away from him back to neutral ice for Matt Parnell. Oh, big checking going on all over the place. Here's number 14, Matt Kleiber with the puck, and he'll just shoot it in as both teams go for line changes. Coaches cycling through their 3 main lines hurriedly here to get everybody a chance to get the jitters out on their opening shifts. Parnell for White Bears sends it up the left wing boards. It comes right back into the zone. Here's number 6 now, White. The third string defense out there for White Bear Lake. They're in the dark jerseys. Moorehead wearing the white. Both teams go with orange, black, and white colors. Center ice. Blyden will shoot it in. The senior who had a concussion earlier this year. Back for it for Moorehead is Ryan Russell, playing his first year of varsity as a senior. Popped out in front, grabbing off the puck there is Brian Becker. Very good golfer. Becker gets it out to center ice. Loose puck now taken by Koloba. Koloba for White Bear will shoot it in and peel off on a line change. Both teams beginning to do so. No score. We played 2.5 minutes of our opening period. Quarterfinal action here from the XL Center. They rule no icing there as Mercado could have played it, let it go instead. Here's Mercado back into his own zone, bumped up along the boards by Wade Harstad. It's dug loose momentarily by Smith, but is gained right back by the Bears. Hambley coming up ice. Checked at center by the ref. Bears back at their own blue line. And once again,
everybody's doing some checking out there, Wally, so the refs thought they might as well get into it. Actually, the flow of the game's been terrific, and there's been really some heavy hitting by both teams. We've seen more contact in this first few minutes than we saw all day yesterday.
Rosenfeld shot from the point, goes off the leg and back in behind the goal. Here's Mercado again over to Hambley. Hambley's pass picked off. It was a little bit errant. Hayek getting the puck. Matt Hayek checked up along the boards. He wears number 21 for the Spuds. Hayek gaining control on a help from a teammate throwing the check, but his shot rises over top the goal. White Bear clearing. This might have enough steam to get icing, but they're going to wave it off. As back forward to Steve Rosenfeld, a third-year player for the Spuds.
We might have to run 3 commercials in a row. We've got 4 minutes without a whistle here, and they continue to play, using their heads, staying on side, making certain they don't ice the puck unnecessarily, and they continue to hit heavily every time they get the opportunity.
That's a good point, making good headsy plays down there. The 23 for Moorehead is Aaron Haskins. It finally rolls harmlessly to netminder Chad Beiswinger, and he'll hang on. U.S. Bank reminds you it is a scoreless game here after 4 minutes of play in our opening period.
If you're looking for driving excitement, there are only two places to go. The Pontiac display at the Greater Minneapolis Auto Show or your Pontiac dealer. Minneapolis area residents with a current smart lease leave your checkbooks at home and pay nothing at lease signing. Now through March 31st, lease a 2001 Grand MSE for as low as $243 a month with zero due at lease signing. Tax, title, and license or extra call for important lease details. Pontiac, official vehicles of the Minnesota Wild.
You're looking at two key people on those clubs tonight. Arneo and Beiswinger, both goaltenders, and these fellas have got to be sharp because the way this game has started, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of scoring if the heavy contact continues. There haven't been too many opportunities on goal at all. The defensemen are playing very strong in front of both nets, not leaving anybody in good scoring position thus far.
Mark Buchholz getting the puck up ice. Here's Pregaro getting the puck into the zone. He's checked as he released the backhander going wide. Now White Bear Lake trying to come out, but back checking is number 20 down there, Becker, to break it up for Moorehead. Pregaro getting it across the line now for Becker, too far. Pregaro will take a good shot. It's blocked. It's still loose out in front, and finally grabbed by Brian Slattery. Here comes Slats across center. He'll throw it in and head off on a line change. Netminder Beiswinger will send it up the boards. Loose puck. Here's a 2-on-1 unfolding now. Actually, it's going to be a 1-on-1 as one guy goes through a line change. There's a shot going wide off the stick of the defenseman Buchholz. Couple of checks up along the far boards. A long shot is on goal and easily turned away by Arneo.
They're saying take no prisoners because every time someone goes to the puck area, they're eliminating them. Some really strong checks along the boards. The forwards are doing a very, very good job of forechecking because they're eliminating the man when they go to the puck carrier. They're not letting them make a little play around them.
Quick recovery back at center ice for Moorehead, getting across to his defenseman Steve Rosenfeld, number 3. Picked right back up by White Bear. Here's Travis Herbert across the line. Herbert deep into the corner, drops it back onto the point, winding up his score! Cornell letting the shot go.
And a good play along the boards, and that puck comes back to the point man. It looked like White actually that might have got the goal. It could have been Cornell. I think it was White. And he takes a shot. He's got a left-hand shot, moves towards the center. As he does, it seems like the goalie is just screened for a second, and it beats him, and that gives White Bear the lead. Some good, strong work along the boards, and that really set up the play. Herbert along the boards, back to White. White shoots that puck and beats the goaltender. As you see a little traffic in front of the net, and that's all it took to screen the goaltender and have the shot from the top of the circle beat him up high, giving White Bear a 1-0 lead.
Only the second goal of the year for Sean White. Boy, did he pick an opportune time to bury that one. Moorehead coming right back down the wing, but being checked at center was Bjorklund. Bjorklund now carrying on as he continues after it, but he is surrounded by black-clad jerseys of White Bear Lake. Here's Bert Bjorklund getting the puck once again. Scott Bjorklund, a junior, quick player, working up along the boards, trying to get away from Ryan Carter, number 14. Big check thrown there. Still banging away at one another, and finally Tim Hamley will come away and feeds Mercado behind the goal. Headman pass through the middle and breaking out of his own zone now. Ryan Carter cutting to the left, lets the shot go. Good save. Penalty coming up in the process. Wow, we got a wild one unfolding all of a sudden here. The heading has been hot and heavy, but on our U.S. Bank scoreboard, it's a 1-0 game for White Bear Lake.
Recipe for chaos. Take one ordinary minivan, add ingredients, and mix with corners. Or put everything in the all-new Dodge Caravan with nifty grocery bag hangers standard. Even an available fold-away organizer. Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. Now get a cash allowance or low financing on the minivan rated best by AAA.
You're looking at Matt Hayek sitting out a hooking penalty. White Bear leading 1-0, getting an opportunity now to stretch that lead to 2, as we've got 8:36 to go here in a very physical first period between Moorehead and White Bear Lake.
Power play is 20.7% on the year for White Bear Lake, down from last year when they were rolling along at around 35%. Here's Carter in front of the goal, trying to center it, lost it, gets it back again. Carter back on the point. There's a boomer right on goal by number 11, Travis Herbert. Carter up along the boards again. Leaves the puck there for Gelderman. Gelderman going to the net. The puck goes down low to Carter. He lost it in some skates. And Kevin Smith will clear it all the way down for Moorehead.
White Bears really controlling the puck quite well, and they're keeping a third man high. They want to make certain they're getting shots from the top of the circle or even higher, but they get shots through, and they've got good spacing in the offensive zone. Unfortunately, Carter just had that puck taken away from him because they were moving it around quite well and did get a good shot away at the net.
Herbert will wing it in. Back to the point for Tim Hambley. Tosses it to the sideboards for Gelderman. Back in the point for Herbert to Hambley. Now over to number 12, Millard. A shot right on. Good movement by White Bear Lake and a nice save by Beiswinger.
Wally, you couldn't have said it any better. Terrific movement by White Bear Lake. That was a four-way passing play, and it ended up Millard giving it to Gelderman right here, and Beiswinger had to be sharp coming across the net, getting that leg down and making a save and getting to freeze that puck. But real good puck movement by White Bear Lake. They started out actually with 4 men high, and as soon as the puck goes back to the point, one of them drops down deep, and the third one's just about 6 feet away from him. He gets the puck, moves to the top of the circle, and they move it cross ice for a quick shot, and they did it quite well that time.
Short-handed. Moorehead breaking out. Mark Buchholz sliding it over to Harstad. His shot. Look out. That hit the ref on the far side. That stung a little bit. Here's Harstad getting it once again. He'll just back up and roll it along the wall.
And it's a good thing it hit the ref, because that had missed the net by so much. It would have come right around the boards, and White Bear would have had a 2-on-1. There was just 2 White Bear people way at the blue line and 1 defender back. You got to make certain when you're short-handed, you shoot the puck at the net, you better hit the net.
Here's an opportunity for Jeff Snyder going right in and squeezing the pads as Beiswinger to hang on. You saw a Touchstone Energy power play clock ticking down, so not a lot of time left for the Bears.
Well, I like the way Beiswinger played that. He just really came towards the shooter, cut the angle, stood up, gave him nothing to shoot at, got it between his pads, and held right on. Goaltender played that very, very solidly, coming right to the top of the crease and cut all the angles for him.
Scooting in behind his goal is number 6, James Marcy, putting the brakes on. Shifts back to the other side. And it's cleared. Out of play.
Moorehead's pretty aggressive killing penalties there. They were starting now to pay more attention to the point. They had one guy, even though he was in the far wing, standing way up by the blue line, and the other fella just drops down low to give an outlet to that defenseman if he gets the puck. But they are going towards the puck here, making him pass it fast. If you stand around, it's easy to pass the puck. So even though they're short-handed, they want to make certain the White Bears got to move the puck fast, and that gives them more chance for an error to get that puck out of the zone.
Penalty expires to Hayek. Matt steps out of the box. It puts Moorehead at full strength. Very efficient team penalty killing too. We didn't point that out earlier, but they're at 94% on the year. That's a phenomenal penalty kill average.
And you can see why, because they really are aggressive. They go right at they challenge the puck carrier, and they make them make mistakes, or they have to pass the puck quickly to make a good play.
Moorhead Spuds trailing by a goal. Coming across the line on the attack. Here's Bjorklund sending it on the backhand try by Hayek is stopped. Good effort. Bjorklund getting the puck once again. Pinned up along the boards there by Chris Anderson. Number 5 for White Bear in the dark jersey. Moorehead getting it again. They're trying to cut out in front. Good defensive play by Adam Blossy as he clots off the real estate, not allowing any further progress by Mark Buchholz. Finally, the whistle goes, stopping any further play. Timeout on the ice. 5.5 minutes to go in the opening period. U.S. Bank reminds you it's still just 1-0.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America. For families and individuals. Mountaintops, as well as soccer fields. And, like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
Good chance for Moorehead. Almost came on a line change. You see Bjorklund coming wide. He gets a pass across the Hayek, but coming out of the box on the line change was Herbert, and he made a great defensive play to come back and knock that puck away from Hayek. But you've got to watch when you change lines, Wally. 2 out. We see an official just being helped across the ice in the penalty box. Got hit by probably a puck that was shot over the boards or a stick. But you've got to watch line changes. Whenever you're going to change line, you make certain the puck's going into the defensive zone of the other team. You don't change when they're coming into your zone. That's a really difficult time to change because you can give up a good opportunity, as White Bear almost did that time.
And that's one of those little things that coaches harp on so much. It can make the difference between winning and losing. Long bomb from the blue line, hits traffic out in front before it got to net line with Beiswinger. He goes in behind the Moorehead goal. Eric Stavanger, good headsy defender, getting it up the right wing boards. Picking it off now is Brian Becker, trying to enter the zone. He was tied up there, but finally a second effort whacks it in.
And a good poke check by Mercado on defense for White Bear Lake defenseman there.
Here's Harstad backing it ahead off the stick of Russell. Russell giving chase, pokes it off into the corner away from number 19 Mercado. Getting him right back on that poke check. But then Russell dumped to the ice. His play moves to the other side. Mercado standing behind the net, picks up the puck, finds a man, and also his skates. That was number 12 down there, Millard. Moorehead back at center. Pass bouncing around. A little bit of a scrambly play right now. Finally the Spuds get it. Enter the attack zone as number 10, Kevin Smith, lost the puck. Here come the Bears back 2 against 2. Down the left side is number 14, Ryan Carter, squeezed off the play. No further progress for the Bears. 2-on-2 back the other way now. Russell across the line. Crisscrossing with Harstad, who picks up the loose puck. Harstad now trying to cut out in front. The centering pass away from Smith, who was knocked down. Buckles trying to pin his man along the boards. He did, but Gelderman picked up the loose puck, gets it across the line for Hambley. The shot right on the rebound. Oh, what a save! Gelderman once more. Back to the point for Parnell. His shot going just wide. And where Beiswinger pulled that one out of the air, who knows? But he stopped it, baby.
That was the save of the tournament thus far. He had to make a great save on Hambley, and then Parnell had a wide open net. And Beiswinger just reacted properly and able to make a sensational stop to keep this game at 1-0 for White Bear with 3:29 to go here in the first.
We'll have that one for you, but first we're going to pause to cue that baby up. You're watching continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Tournament.
Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Call Papa John's now and order a Papa's Choice for just $10.99. That's a large with up to 5 toppings of your choice for just $10.99.
Here's where Tim Hambley excels. He breaks away coming from his defensive position, breaks out in the open, fights a check off, and is strong enough to get a great shot away. The rebound comes to the left, and right on the doorstep with a great chance, Millark, only to be beaten by Beiswinger with the save of the tournament.
Wow, that was close. But boy, he did what every goalie's taught. Get that paddle down, but keep it pointing up. It covers more ground, and I think he used every inch of it there.
Well, that was a sensational stop.
There's a delayed penalty now coming up against Moorehead. I think it's going to go to number 7, Brian Slattery, who pulled a guy down trying to break up ice. And that will give Moorehead their first power play of the game.
Well, this is what Moorehead wanted to get, an opportunity to tie the score late in the period. And you see here where the trip occurs. As you said, it was wide open and very easy to see. But the one thing White Bear had been doing until that point, they've been coming back checking, and eliminating the puck carrier properly. That time, there was no need to take the skates out, and Slattery's going to be sitting that tripping penalty off. But White Bear, up to this point, had been doing a sensational job of back checking, picking up the loose man, or eliminating the puck carrier coming back. That's why we really haven't seen Arnio tested at all thus far in the nets for White Bear Lake.
You know, Bob was just pointing out quality chances 5-1 in favor of White Bear Lake through the first 12 minutes of this hockey game.
And the shots on goal 10-4 for White Bear.
Indicated. Stavanger poking it deep into the corner. Now it's back to the point for Harstad, to the other side for Buckholz. His shot goes wide. Stepping up is Stavanger once again, playing it in behind the goal. Krogero after the puck, can't get to it. It'll be Hambley picking it up for White Bear, and he finds enough room to deflect it out to center. Stone Energy power play clock showing $1:20 left now for Moorehead.
One thing you have to watch when you're a defenseman and you're on the power play, especially when you're in the power play, You should do it even when you're at full strength. But when you're in the power play, you should stand at least 5 feet inside the blue line. If you notice the last time Hambley was shooting the puck out of the zone, that puck just hit on the boards about 5 feet up before the blue line, so the defenseman was back in a point. The carom hits the stick and it just deflects over to the blue line. They had to come out of the zone. If you're up to 5 feet, even if your puck or the stick hits the puck and it deflects behind you, you still got a time to keep it in the zone.
And that's a good example right there. James Marcy doing the job inside the line. It bounced off him, but he had enough time and space to reach back. Now here's a chance. Marcy at the point. Cranks one right on. Blocked by Arnio. Marcy after it one more time, pinching in this time, but it's deflected past him to center. Bjorklund lifts it over to Steve Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld just driving it in, forechecking pressure now being applied. Hambley, though, has time, unable to clear it. Here's Marcy sliding across to Bjorklund, walking right in. Arnio, a huge save, getting the right pad out.
Some good opportunities for Moorehead. Arnio had to make a couple of good saves. Marcy kept the puck in twice, and that time Bjorklund goes in for a good chance. But Arnio, who has been so strong all year long, 9 shutouts, is able to make the save again. A great move right there by Bjorklund. Comes in close, gets a shot away, hoping for a rebound if he doesn't score. And Bernstrom was on the doorstep, and he was foiled by Arnio keeping that puck. And here's the earlier shot right there. Just a blast by Marcy, moving in from the point, putting it on the net. So White Bear, even though they're under a little pressure, looks to their goaltender to keep them up 1-0, because Moorehead's doing a real good job in this power play, getting some good opportunities, just unable to beat the goaltender thus far.
Still a 1-0 game. White Bear leading. The lone goal in the game being scored by Sean White. Wrist shot from the point is off target. Picking it up off the wall now. Number 10 is Kevin Smith. Try to roll it down to Harstead, but it bounces away from him. At the blue line, it's kept alive by Stavanger. Stavanger walking right in on goal. A shot. Arnio down to block it. It's cleared out of the zone, and Buckholz can't quite hang on to it at the line.
Big save there by Arnio. Good move by Moorehead again to walk in all alone, but Arnio makes an excellent save to keep this game 1-0 White Bear with 50 seconds to go in the game, in the period.
Play it just outside in the neutral zone. Now bringing it across. Here comes number 10, Kevin Smith, with the puck. Stops, looks, finds a guy breaking in from the point, but the backhand shot along the ice is steered wide. Polka Dot Dairy 1 minute clock up there in the lower right of your screen. We're down to the half-minute mark of the period. Here's Hayek bouncing it out to center. Number 5 is Anderson for White Bear. He'll get another try at it. This is Chris Anderson, a sophomore who just played phantom hockey last year. Rolled around to Adam Blasi, the senior. His pass goes up to number 10, Ryan Stutz at center. Stutz entering the attack zone, has Slattery on the right. There's a pass and the shot. It's off target, and he'll carry him off the glass and out of play with exactly 1 second remaining.
Some real fine play by White Bear moving out of their zone. Their defensemen are controlling the puck and they're making short passes. They're feeling the pressure. They know where it's coming from. They're passing back against the pressure. They're making the smart, intelligent play. It's eliminating the strong forecheck that Moorehead's putting on them. It's really fun to see two clubs playing the way they've played this first period.
Good pace, too. I really like the tempo they've had.
And the contact, the body check. And both of these clubs look very, very good in that first period. And this should be a real close game throughout if they continue to play this way. They each had good opportunities. The goaltenders were as good as they were advertised coming into this game, and they each had to make some quality saves. Only 1 goal, Wally, 1-0, but boy, an excellent period of play.
Okay, we're going to take a quick timeout and return to XL Energy Center.
Gotta get to Tom Thumb.
Get a job at Tom Thumb. Good pay, great hours. Stop it or call our job hotline at 651-437-9023.
White Bear Lake lost only 3 games all season long, and the Moorehead Spuds lost only 6. Now let's go downstairs to Ryan Lund standing beside Dave Morinville.
All right, thanks, guys. Coach, other than that power play at the end, I imagine you probably want to see some more shots on goal from your guys.
Yeah, I think we do. We got to pick it up a little bit, and Chad made a nice save at the end. There could have been 2-0, so he came through with a great save and kept us in the game there. I thought we were pretty nervous at the start, and
we got a little bit better as the period progressed, and that was good. So I think we got the jitters out. We know what we're going to have to do, and we just got to start applying it a little bit better.
Chad made more than one good save. He made a couple. Nothing new for you guys. Nothing you haven't seen recently.
No, you know, I mean, I know they brag about their goalie, but I'll tell you what, we're like a forgotten child sometimes up in Moorehead, and he's a very good goaltender, and, you know, he's showing his wares right now.
You said you guys are a forgotten child. Do you feel like you've got something to prove here in this game?
Well, I think we do. I mean, everybody's talking about some other teams, and, you know, it's more motivation for us, so I think that's great. And, you know, we're happy to be here, but also we want to win the game as much as White Bear Lake, and there's some good teams here, and we think we're a good team also.
All right, good luck in the second period.
Thanks.
That's Dave Morinville, head coach of Moorehead. His team trailing White Bear Lake 1-0. We will be back with more quarterfinal action from the XL Energy Center.
At the White Bear Lake Superstore, you'll find a great selection of the all-new 2002 GMC Envoy, all available for immediate delivery.
You'll also find a selection of over 100 2001 GMC Jimmys. With a rebate of $2,750, buy for as little as $24.9.
Or choose 0.0% financing for up to 60 months.
And get a bag of hockey gear.
A 2002 Envoy or a great deal on a 2001 Jimmy at the White Bear Lake Superstore.
Use Liberty and you can fry over 100 broadleaf weeds and grasses. And your corn won't even feel the heat. It simply shrugs it off and keeps right on growing. Liberty, smarter corn, smarter herbicide.
With Car Soup, you can shop anytime.
Come on and have some soup. Car Soup, it's delicious. Car Soup puts my whole lot online. Thousands of new and used vehicles, mighty tasty.
Car Soup is open 24/7.
And you can get insurance quotes from Progressive, too.
Visit Car Soup at KMSP.tv. Don't have the internet? Pick up your Car Soup Superseller at these fine retailers.
At Great Clips, we found a simple way to give you a better haircut. We listen to your ideas about style and fashion and taste. It's part of our ongoing postgraduate instruction at the Great Clips Advanced Training Centers, where every stylist learns how to shape and create, to look, and most importantly, to listen.
Stop. Hold it. Freeze. Now.
So that your haircut, your image, your style is always simply your own. Great Clips. Guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
A chilly night tonight and plenty of sunshine on the way for us tomorrow. Hi, everybody. I'm 9 News meteorologist Sam Scammon. Clearing skies, chilly tonight, lows falling into the lower teens, and then tomorrow, cool sunshine, mid-30s for highs.
9 News is the news at 9 o'clock, setting the standard with quality, experience, and convenience you won't find anywhere else. 9 News at 9 with Robin Robinson and Jeff Passel. It's Minnesota's most innovative newscast with the most local news every night. In-depth investigative journalism, award-winning consumer reports, state-of-the-art weather forecasting, practical information, unique features. And 9 News doesn't stop bringing you information when you turn off the TV. Stay connected through the wireless web with weather, traffic, and school closing alerts that matter to you. It's just one more reason 9 News is the news at 9 o'clock. 9 News at 9. It's about quality. It's about convenience. It's about you. Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
The price was White for White Bear Lake in the first period. Sean White's goal about 5.5 minutes in. The difference right now, White Bear Lake leading the Moorehead Spuds 1-0. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. I'm Jeff Grayson at the XL Energy Center, welcoming you back to Class A, AA, I should say, quarterfinal Thursday. Let's bring you up to date a little bit on a couple of the consolation bracket games. People have asked us about those throughout the day. East Grand Forks defeated Matamidi over at Mariucci Arena in Class A 5-0. And it was Mound West Tonka 4-1 over Duluth Marshall. In the games earlier today here in AA, it was Eastview losing to Elk River. The Elks move on. They defeat Eastview 3-1. And Hastings over Austin 8-3. So it'll be Hastings and Elk River on semifinal Friday night. We'll be right back with more from the XL Energy Center. White Bear Lake with a 1-goal lead. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001 from the XL Energy Center.
chicken strips on the DQ crispy chicken salad, only $3.99. Tender chicken strips tossed with shredded cheese, diced tomatoes, and crispy bacon make you one satisfied customer. The crispy chicken salad, only $3.99 and only at DQ.
Auto Show bonus at your Northland Ford store is here. For a limited time, you get $500 cash back, plus an Auto Show bonus of $500 on the Northland Edition F-150. Use the $1,000 cash back to lease a new Northland Edition F-150 4x4 Super Cab for $279 a month. That's $279 a month for America's best-selling truck for 23 years. The Auto Show bonus ends March 26th, so get to your Northland Ford store today.
American recreation, always selling fun.
Fun is what you'll have with your own elegant, handcrafted all-American pool table. Manufactured right here in the Twin Cities. Fun enjoying a relaxing artesian spa. Over 100 spas in stock. Fun playing foosball, air hockey, and darts. Fun furnishing your home with bars and bar stools. Largest selection in the Midwest. Save 30% on tanning beds. And fun with swimming pools and more.
All-American recreation, always selling fun. We won't degrade you in the process. We will hug you. But we won't taunt you or call you names. We will hug you. When the game's over, we'll shake your hands and go out for a soda or something.
Fact: students in high school activities gain a better sense of sportsmanship. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
Game 3 of AA quarterfinal Thursday has White Bear Lake leading the Moorehead Spuds 1-0. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. I'm Jeff Grayson back at the XL Energy Center. A college basketball note for you in case you missed it. At the Big Ten tournament, Purdue defeated the Gophers 91-77. Kerwin Fleming of Minnesota had 31 points in a losing effort for the Maroon and Gold. KMSP, Space Star Communications, and Streaming Technologies are proud to bring you live tournament coverage via the internet. Go to KMSP.tv and click on the boys' 2001 hockey tournament icon, and then on the streaming video icon. That wraps up the Northland Ford Intermission Report. We're getting ready for the second period of play. Stay with us. You're watching AA quarterfinal Thursday from the XL Energy Center.
Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
CarX is the place in town with 50% off lifetime guaranteed brake shoes and pads. CarX, more than you thought, for less than you'd think.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
U.S. Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points, and you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from U.S. Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Oliver Town just can't slow down. Having so much fun on the run, run, run. Hey, wait! Gotta get to Tom Thumb.
It's tournament time at Tom Thumb. To celebrate, we're putting your favorite Coca-Cola products on sale all month long. Pop into your local Tom Thumb store and save on 12 packs of Coke, Diet Coke, and Sprite for just $2.99 each. Or try the new Barks French Vanilla or Diet Mellow Yellow. Time for the tournament. Time for Tom Thumb.
Gotta get to Tom Thumb right now.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America. For families and individuals. Mountaintops, as well as soccer fields. And, like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
Some websites are fast. Some websites are not. Go to KMSP.tv. It's faster and totally redesigned for the way you use the web. Get up to speed at KMSP.tv.
Catch all the XFL action Sundays at 6 on UPN 9.
Back at the XL Energy Center, It's time to announce another winner in the Toyota Drive for Education program. I'm Jeff Grayson, joined by Alita Harrington of Toyota. And Alita, first, tell people about the Toyota Drive for Education.
Well, Jeff, this year marks the 12th year that Toyota supported Minnesota high schools. This year, Toyota's been giving $25,000 to schools that have a desire to enhance academic as well as student programs. We had students from all over the state of Minnesota submit essays, of which we've selected 10 winners.
And who is our latest winner?
Well, our latest winner is going to be St. James High School. They will be using their grant money for a computer with internet access to aid students in career exploration and in searching for scholarship opportunities.
All right, Alita will have more winners throughout the tournament.
Okay, Jeff.
Thank you. That's Alita Harrington from Toyota and the Toyota Drive for Education program. Now let's go upstairs, getting you ready for period number 2. It's a 1-0 game. Here's Wally and Lou.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And let's take a look at the highlights from the opening period. This is the goal scored by the White Bear Lake Bears. Herbert coming across the line, number 11.
Well, actually, Herbert got that puck from White. He gets it back to White after Herbert fought off a check, and White puts it away in the upper corner. But if you look farther back, here's Herbert fighting off a check from Marcy. He gets it back to the point. White moves in on the forehand. He's a left-hand shot, moved right into the top of the slot and beat the goaltender up high. But coming down the ice just before that, Moorehead was breaking into the zone of White Bear Lake, and White just poke-checked that puck up to Herbert. So he started the play and finished it, and that's where we are right now, 1-0.
The Dodge dealers' shots on goal were strongly in favor of White Bear early in the period, but in the last half of the period, Louis, we saw Moorehead come back and launch a few drives at goaltender Eric Arneo of White Bear Lake.
And they cut the good scoring chances down to 5-3. They were 5-1 in favor of White Bear Lake early, but by the end of the period, it was 5-3, and Moorehead and White Bear playing really, really solid hockey. Both of these clubs well coached. They are physical, and they are definitely schooled in defensive techniques because they go to the man, they eliminate him, and they back check and they take the man out. They're doing really good things defensively. That's why we've got such a low-scoring game thus far.
Just 1-0. Moorehead in the white, White Bear Lake in the black. Both teams have identical school colors. White Bear Lake with the puck. This is number 16, Dan Gelderman, getting it out to center ice. Knocked down there by Buchholz. That's Mark Buchholz, one of the co-captains and a 3-year regular for Moorehead. His effort starts it up ice now for Smith, trying to go in. He centered it, but it's into the skates of number 11, Harstad. Smith behind the goal, playing it back off to the wall for Buchholz. To Russell, back to the point. There's a shot by Stavanger, blocked out in front. Stavanger, number 12, another drive. Stick wide by Arneo. He then has to bank it off the end boards as it came off rather quickly. And finally, it's stopped up along the side of the goal.
Well, sometimes you can overpass. And that time, Kevin Smith, who made a great play, coming down the middle. He goes to the right side. He's a left-hand shot. He's got a great angle on a 2-on-1. And he elected to pass the puck from 15 feet instead of shooting. When you're in that position, it's never wrong to put the puck on the net. Because the only thing that can happen is he can stop it or it can go in the net. You might as well take the opportunity to score a goal rather than make an extra pass and a pretty play, which got broken up by an excellent defensive play by the defenseman Hambley.
Marcy will roll it down for Moorehead. In the forecheck is Bjorklund, but the puck is knocked away from him, and here come the Bears. Ryan Stutz across the line, darting after it is Slattery, throwing a burst of speed there to get in. But it broken up again by the Spuds, and they come out. One-handed pass up ice off the stick of number 7, Scott Bjorklund. White Bear Lake getting it back, and Bjorklund throws a nice check on Adam Blassie down there. But here come the Bears. Snyder across the line, number 20. Rolls off his stick in behind and swung around by Marcy. Moorehead trying to clear it out, unable to do so. First guy in for it is Stutz. Stutz centers it, takes a favorable bounce. Blassie now going off to the backhand side. In behind the net for Stutz of White Bear. Stutz leaving it there. Number 8 carrying on is LeMay, trying to cut out in front. Turning and shooting as shot by Stutz is off target. Pinching up is Blassie trying to keep it alive. LeMay reaching back for it. Big check thrown by number 15, Deutsch down there as well. And back at neutral ice, they cough it up. Moorehead banging it off the boards, turning it right back over, and the Bears will shoot it in off the stick of Deutsch.
Even though there was a lot of action in the Moorehead zone, they were always in perfect position. They were well balanced. They were supporting one another. No chances allowed just because of strong defensive play. There was a lot of puck control by White Bear Lake, but no puck opportunities to go towards the net. And that's really through the tough checking of Moorehead. And they continue to be physical, both these clubs.
Puck squirts out of that pile of players over to Eric Stavanger. Soccer player also for the Spuds during the fall season.
And just look at them, each of those clubs. Each guy's got a man on them. They continue to stay well balanced.
And know their defensive responsibilities.
And they support one another. If somebody gets beat, a man comes right back to support the guy. They really back one another up very well.
That's why they're in the tourney, these teams. Back forward is Sean White. Getting it into the corner for Malark, who's drilled. Back at the point is Rosenfeld stepping up for Moorehead, but he turns it over. And the puck will roll off and stick out to neutral. Number 8, Ryan Russell, first year of varsity. His stepdad is Dave Christian, a longtime NHLer out of Warroad.
And a great high school player and an Olympic team player in the 1980 team. From the what a hockey family. Billy and Roger, David.
All Olympians. Here's Eric Stavanger falling, trying to launch the White Bear attack. Puck is cleared out to neutral ice. Brought across the line momentarily by Kevin Smith. He couldn't hang on to it. And here come the Bears back with Slattery leading the charge. Breaking down in the corner to avoid a check. Feeds it to the point for Hamley. His drive is deflected out in front by Carter over top the goal. Slattery falls trying to hold it in. And now back comes the Spuds. Cross-ice pass by number 10 Smith is turned over. And White Bear leg. Oh, finding a man open, stuck, but he can't hang on to it. Tipped back out to center by Bernstrom.
Very dangerous line change there for Moorehead, and that almost caused a breakaway against him.
Hamley to Jeff Snyder. He had a separated shoulder earlier this year. Stutz is punched into the wall. Buchholz will ring it around. The 19 Bernstrom, a first-year player, coming off the boards with it, trying to feed it ahead for Scott Bjorklund. Good checking there by Kopp as he breaks up the play. Mike Kopp, number 17, lost his glove and retrieves it. Back into the corner. Once again, Stavanger for it. Special teams player as well, Stavanger, number 12. Here's Haskins trying to play it ahead. Does, getting it out to neutral where Hamley takes over for White Bear. Tim Hamley, a Mr. Hockey finalist, one of 5 in the state. That winner will be announced on Sunday afternoon.
Have you seen so many plays broken up in the neutral zone? They really support one another in the neutral zone. They give no room at all. Look at how many plays are stopped in that neutral zone.
They've been watching Jacques Lemaire's trap too much, eh?
No, not too much. That's good if they do, because that's the way to play it. Don't allow anybody to come through that neutral zone with a lot of speed. Here's an opportunity.
Tim Hamley, 2-on-1, feeds it across the ice now for Kopp, going in, he shoots, and it's high and wide.
Yeah, it's the one time that Moorehead defenseman gambled. He got beat at 2-on-1. Usually they stay in their position. They don't go to that puck unless they're absolutely certain they're going to get it. They just lay back and play a 2-on-2.
Puck goes out of play, and a long gap here between whistles. We're going to stop and pay a bill. The Menard scoreboard reads the same as it did in the opening period. 1-0 Bears.
Chrysler minivans continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $1,500 cash allowance on minivans. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners. And that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Chrysler dealer today.
KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 2001 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournaments. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League.
We're lucky we're getting the commercial breaks in. The way these clubs are playing disciplined, they're not getting cheap offsides or icings. They're making certain that they stay on side. Not a lot of whistles in this game thus far.
Ryan Carter can't get it out of his skates. Herbert following up had a shot on goal. Blocked there by Beiswinger. And at neutral ice with under 9 minutes to go. It's still a 1-0 hockey game. The only goal scorer, Sean White. Here's number 11, Harstad, with a shot. That goes off the glass behind the goal. The Bears will ring it around to the other side. Number 3 picking up the puck is Blossy. Loses it. They go to the point now. The Spuds do for Marcy. His drive is on goal. Falling was number 5, Anderson, the defenseman. Carrying on, however, is Ryan Carter. Good D1 prospect in the future. Spuds are like that. The Bears winding up out of their own zone. Here's Gelderman. Good speed on this guy. He's second on the team in goals. Line change going on for White Bear Lake. Trying to catch him changing. The pass to Haskins goes off his stick. Bounces to center ice. Aaron Haskins again there to retrieve it for Moorehead. Pass glances once more off the skate, this time of Travis Herbert. Now, number 7, Bjorklund will give it a try. He enters the zone. Losing control. White Bear Lake getting it back. Travis Herbert playing it back in behind the net. They go back up the wing. Deutsch has Crohn's disease, which affects the digestive tract, but it's a great story about Jared Deutsch able to continue to play prep sports. Back at neutral ice, Scott Bjorklund will shoot it in. He's a second-year player for the Spuds under the guidance of Dave Morinville, former assistant coach with the Minnesota Moose.
And Morinville's really got his club playing very well in the neutral zone, backing one another up. They're not allowing White Bear any opportunity to come through that neutral zone with control of that puck, as we see a shot from the point. And the only goals we're going to see in this game, Wally, are going to be either the defenseman stepping up in a play, a screen shot, excuse me, or a defenseman gambling in a 2-on-1 situation, which hasn't only happened one time in this game. But these clubs are extremely disciplined defensively and playing very, very well.
Brighten your bath with this Sterling interlocking tub and surround from Menards. Made from super durable Vicryl resin that's easy to clean and keeps its high gloss shine for years. On sale only $219. Get the lasting beauty of a genuine ceramic floor with 12 by 12 inch Highlands porcelain tile, featuring an attractive textured look. On sale just $167 each. You'll be floored by the savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
We're back here at the XL Energy Center in downtown St. Paul. Moorhead Spuds coming into this game, having played 8 overtime contests this year. That might be the most in the state. They were 4-3-1, including winning their last 3 regular season games, all in overtime. They went on into the playoffs, winning 9-0 in their first game, beating Alexandria in their second 3-0, and Roseau 4-2 in the Section 8 AA final. Catch you up with White Bears playoff records in just a moment. Meanwhile, White Bear Lake in the dark jerseys entering the zone. Slattery going behind the goal, handing it off to Stutz. Number 10 puts out in front for Slattery. Never released the shot as his stick was tied up, and Brian Becker now coming back to the Spuds. Becker chasing it in behind the goal. His granddad is Willard Eichela, the longtime coach for the Edina Hornets. Here's Harstead with a steal, bringing it around. Off the wall with a shot is Ryan Russell with it going wide. Smith another try wide. Got to hit the net to score in this game. Finally they do off the shot of Ed Stavanger from 60 feet away at the blue line.
It's like the billiard games. They're trying to catch him off balance by bouncing it off one wall and getting it from the far wall. But the only shots on goal, the only quality chances are coming on a turnover in front of the net. That doesn't happen too often. We got 3 each, but I'll tell you, the goaltenders haven't really been tested a lot because we're seeing good defensive plays. You look at Coach Butters talking to his team by both of these clubs. The defensemen are playing solid in front of the net. They're tying the forwards up. They're moving them away. The goaltenders can always see the puck right now. We're not seeing any screenshots on these goaltenders, and that makes it easy for them to make saves from the blue line.
There's a lot of people remember Billy Butters as a longtime assistant coach with the University of Minnesota under the guidance of Doug Wu back in those days. He also had an extended career in the National Hockey League and in the WHA. Timeout on the ice. Another save for one of the top goalies in the state, Eric Arnio. Menard scoreboard the same as it was back early in the first period.
If you think we fit a lot of models into this Alero, you should see how many features we fit into this model. 4-wheel disc brakes, CD player, And clearly, legroom is not an issue.
The 2001 Oldsmobile Alero, now available with as low as 0.9% APR financing or get $2,000 cash back. See your local Oldsmobile dealer today.
1-0 White Bear, 5:52 to go here in the second period on a real closely played defensive physical game.
Off the draw, Moorehead wins. Shot for the point to score!
There's the way you win a draw. That was won cleanly by Bjorklund. Gets back to the point to Buchholz, and he lets fly with that shot that beats the goaltender from 45 feet out and ties his game on a clean shot, a good draw, won by Bjorklund.
Smith or Bjorklund?
I thought it was Bjorklund the one. It might have been Smith. No, it's Bjorklund. Bjorklund to Buchholz, and he just didn't wait. That puck was coming at a perfect speed for him to shoot off the pass. Didn't hesitate. He let fly with a bullet. And just for a second, as you saw at the top of your screen, as a player was moving towards Bjorklund, that was enough to screen Arnio. He doesn't see it, and the last time he sees it, it's coming out from behind the net. So this game is tied at 1.
Boy, did he get a hold of that shot, eh?
He had some wood on that.
Goalkeeper Beiswinger trying to almost getting caught there. It's thrown off to the side. You're allowed to do that in your own zone. We do have a whistle behind the play.
Well, that was, I'll tell you, that was a good play. Russell ended up by grabbing it and throwing it out of the zone. He was lucky he got away with closing his hand on the puck. But just before that, Stavanger, there was a wide open net. Beiswinger was out of the net, and Stavanger made a lunge at the last second to stop that shot from going into the open net. That would have been a quick turnaround on a 1-1 game.
There's Mark Buchholz getting some guidance from assistant coach Terry Shirtcliffe. Used to coach at University of Minnesota Duluth. He was fired in '76, came to Moorehead, and he's been an assistant coach at Moorehead now for 24 years.
And he's seen a number of good hockey players come through there. He's worked with quite a few of them. Some excellent players that have gone on to have terrific careers. As we're looking at Smith coming back out on the ice here now.
Hey, we want to pass on too, Louis. A big hello to DJ Yarber of Moorehead. He was their #2 scorer. And in the section final, he woke up that day, wasn't sure if he could play because he just had a tremendous gut ache. Told Coach Moorville to go on without him, started feeling better, headed with his parents over to St. Cloud for the championship game just last Saturday. Feeling ill afterwards, they finally put him into the hospital and found out that he had a very serious intestinal injury, and Sunday afternoon underwent surgery, and it was just a dramatic blow to this team, losing his services.
And you might have noticed many of the players, when they were introduced at the beginning of the game, they were saying hello to him, and I'm sure he's watching the game, cheering them on. We look at Anderson out there right now, but they miss Yarber. Yarber has had a great season. He had 12 goals for him, 20 assists, and he's a big forward, 6'2". He gives them some size up front. And this club plays physical, and they use their size very well. So they had to make some adjustments in this lineup, but it hasn't seemed to cause them any problems. They're tied at 1, playing a very solid game here against an excellent White Bear hockey team. And both of these clubs, as we said at the outset, young but talented, and they don't seem to feel the effects of the pressure of being in the state tournament.
Oh, and DJ, the coaches wanted us to remind you to wash your gear.
What's he getting, a rash?
You know how hockey gear can get. Here's Sean White backing up in his own zone, but turns it over. A long drive by Kleber. Goes in behind the goal, and back after it now is Brian LeMay for White Bear. LeMay trying to feed it ahead to Deutsch. Can't go that direction, and White will go back in behind his goal for the Bears. He'll ring it around now for Herbert. Travis Herbert. Good hands and a good shot. Gets the puck across the line. Herbert has a man with him. Loose puck out in front, but sweeping back to pick it up is Scott Bjorklund. Bjorklund, who won the faceoff, setting up the last goal, has Hayek with him, and as he cuts in, it's stripped away from him.
Boy, we had 2 great defensive plays on either end to take the loose man away from the puck. We're going to get a delayed call now against Moorehead.
It'll be Joe Bernstrom going off for a holding. Power play forthcoming now for White Bear Lake. Menards now showing us a 1-1 hockey game.
your part-time job to work for you. UPS offers its part-time employees up to $1,500 per term. Call 651-681-2800.
Well, with a holding call going against Moorehead, Bernstrom, we're going to now see a power play for White Bear. This game tied at 1, 3:47 to go here in the second period. And each of these clubs, again, playing very, very well in their own defensive zone, not giving up many quality chances at all to the opposition.
Again, Moorehead with a phenomenal penalty kill of 94%. White Bear right now 0 for 1 in their only power play try of the opening period.
And look at how they stay up in the play. They don't give you the zone easily. They meet the play. They make you work to get it in the zone.
Buchholz going into the corner is tied up. However, the Spuds come away with a puck, and they come away with a 2-on-2 attack led by Harstad. Forced wide by Hambley, but carries on, tries to center. He had a man, Kevin Smith, cutting the other direction. Tim Hanley coming up out of his own zone. A very complete hockey player. Headman pass to Gelderman. Touchstone Energy power play clock down to a minute now for White Bear Lake. They have yet to put a shot on goal to a very aggressive and pesky Moorehead penalty kill unit.
And Moorehead's defense is playing very, very strong along that blue line.
Hamley with one, and that goes almost up into our camera lens right behind the Moorehead goal.
We're looking at Bjorklund, who just blocked that shot. He really reacted very well. He was down deep. The pass came out. He was very quick in getting to the shooter, and he got his stick on it right here. See, he comes all the way from deep down in the zone, falls, he gets his stick right there on the puck, deflects it over the glass.
Jeez.
This is one thing about Moorehead that's extremely impressive. They react to the puck carrier and to the pass very well. They just are not standing around. Their legs are always moving, so they're able to use that quickness to get to the puck carrier.
Moorehead setting it up with 40 seconds of power play left. Make that White Bear Lake. This is Ryan Stutz playing it back to the point for Hambley. Hambley now under the stick of Slattery. He just fires right on. Puck bounces out in front, cleared away as number 19 Mercado stepped up. Stutz overskates it. However, Snyder is there for it. Snyder putting it out in front for Stutz. Can't get there. And back come the Spuds. I love that name. Across the name is Bjorklund, just shooting it in. He'll peel off for a line change on penalty killers.
White Bear's going to have to use the points more and use them to shoot the puck, because Moorehead's almost encouraging you to pass it back to the point. Just supporting down low and hoping that you're going to give it up to the point, and they try to get out there with their quickness, but they're blocking everything around the slot area and down deep in front of the net. They are saying you want to shoot the puck, you're going to have to shoot from far out, and that's what White Bear's going to have to do on the power play.
Penalty over. Bernstrom on the ice. Crisscrosses with number 10 Smith. Smith shoots, he scores! Harmless looking shot, but Smith found the range.
Well, it looked harmless the way he did it, but I'm telling you, he got some wood on that. He really was moving towards his left. He fooled the goaltender because it looked like he was going to move towards his left and pass it. And as he's moving across, he shoots the puck in stride, right on the short side, and he gets a lot of wood on it. Watch this great play by Smith. He's coming down. He cuts now to the inside. He looks like he's going to pass and shoots. He got a lot of wood on it, enough to beat the goaltender, and just his look away was enough here. See where he looks away? That was enough to fool the goaltender, who would start moving to his right to play the pass, and he beat him on the short side. Very clever play by Kevin Smith, and a big goal for Moorehead here with 1:27 to go in the second period. Puts him up 2-1.
White Bear coming into this period with a 1-0 lead, and now goals by Mark Buchholz, a defenseman, followed up by this goal by Kevin Smith, assisted by Buchholz, gives the Spuds a 2-1 lead. And they're attacking again. Hayek, number 21, into the corner, checked off the play. Deutsch with the puck, then lost it. Hayek coming right back to center, a shot right on, and Arniel stops that drive from Bernstrom. Wow. Bernstrom out of the penalty box, helping that crisscross play. Kevin Smith converted, and it's 2-1 Spuds.
The Auto Show at the Minneapolis Convention Center.
Here's a nice play. You see Hayek getting the puck along the right side. He looks across. It's actually a 2-on-1 situation here. Makes a good pass. White trying to get back to back check. Got just enough on it to stop that shot by Bernstrom from being really clear and easy. But still, Arino had to make the save. And that keeps it at 2-1 here with 59 seconds to go in the period.
Polka Dot Dairy reminds you we're in the final minute of the period. 2-1 Moorhead. Here's Malark with it. Passing it off to the side. Now to the left point for Hamley. His shot's deflected. And into the corner. Behind the goal, Ryan Carter after it. Top line out there right now. Malark, Carter, Gelderman. Trying to get something initiated. Coming out of the corner is Carter. Can't go anywhere as a Spud stop him. Hamley winds and fires. It rises over the sprawling player wide of the goal, though. And iced by Moorhead, but it'll be right on target, so no icing. New rule in high school puck this year, too. If you do ice it and it goes to the crease, no longer is it waved off. It's still called icing.
Which is a good way to have it. That's the way they play it in the pros. And that makes certain that, you know, you're not stopping the clock unnecessarily when you can play the puck.
Here's Eric Stabinger stopping behind his goals. We go down to the last fractions of a second.
Good period of play.
And it was a good one. I've been very impressed with the play in this hockey game.
Oh, they've both been playing hard. They have used their bodies well. They're checking well. Moorhead definitely had the better of the play in that period. Moorhead is supporting down deep better than White Bear right now. There is just no freedom at all for the White Bear forwards to operate in the Moorhead defensive zone. Moorhead's going to continue to do that. That means that White Bear has got to start bringing the puck back out to the point and having them initiate the play, either a shot or a pass from there, because the support is all down deep. If you look even at the three forwards, they're all below the top of the circle. They're backing one another up. That leaves the points open. But before that, it's cutting off anything White Bear can do down deep.
Billy Butters is downstairs with our Ryan Lund. Guys?
All right, thanks, guys. Coach, you got beat on the scoreboard and maybe on the ice there in that second period.
Yeah, they took it to us pretty well. They forechecked well and kept it in, and our guys didn't respond well.
Is that one of those things where do they get the credit, or do you take the blame for that one, the teams-wise?
Well, I don't know. I would say it's probably a lot of both, and probably a lot of the coaching.
So what are you going and tell them here, down a goal going into the third period?
Well, we played all year. We got 15 minutes left to move on, or they're over to Mariucci. I've been at Mariucci before. I want to stay here.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
All right, Bill Butters, he's down 2-1. We will be back with more. White Bear Lake losing to Moorhead 2-1, heading into the third period. Class AA state quarterfinals.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America. For families and individuals. Mountaintops, as well as soccer fields. And, like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back. Tools give you the edge, the upper hand. Financial tools from U.S. Bank are no exception. They simplify a complicated job. Over time, they make you wonder how you ever got along without them. For every person, for every financial need, we have a tool. Your needs, our tools. U.S. Bank.
At the White Bear Lake Superstore, you'll find a great selection of the all-new 2002 GMC Envoy, all available for immediate delivery.
You'll also find a selection over 100 2001 GMC Jimmys. With a rebate of $2,750, buy for as little as $24,900.
Or choose 0.0% financing for up to 60 months.
And get a bag of hockey gear.
A 2002 Envoy or a great deal on a 2001 Jimmy at the White Bear Lake Superstore.
Direct from New York City, the hit audience participation comedy, Late Night Catechism.
Do you have that ADD? Huh?
It's tons of fun.
Do you?
A sweet-tempered.
Very much like Catholic school.
Smashing.
It was terrific.
Funny. A lot of fun. Uproarious.
It was an excellent show.
Sometimes I think I got that Irish Alzheimer's. You forget everything but the grudges.
This is one sister act you don't want to miss. Sign up now. Attendance is mandatory.
Call 651-224-4222 for tickets.
Clearing skies, chilly tonight, overnight lows falling into the lower teens. For Friday, tomorrow, some cool sunshine, highs topping out in the mid-30s. Maybe some fog Friday night. I'm 9 News meteorologist Sam Scammon.
9 News is the news at 9 o'clock, setting the standard with quality, experience, and convenience you won't find anywhere else. 9 News at 9 with Robin Robinson and Jeff Passel. It's Minnesota's most innovative newscast with the most local news every night. In-depth investigative journalism, award-winning consumer reports, state-of-the-art weather forecasting, practical information, unique features. And 9 News doesn't stop bringing you information when you turn off the TV. Stay connected through the wireless web with weather, traffic, and school closing alerts that matter to you. It's just one more reason 9 News is the news at 9 o'clock. 9 News at 9. It's about quality. It's about convenience. It's about you. The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
Well, once again, after 2 periods, we've got a 2-1 hockey game. That's been kind of the theme of this tournament. Moorhead with 2 goals in the second period, and they lead White Bear Lake 2-1. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. Welcome back to the XL Energy Center. It's a nice lift if you can get the ride. Jeff Grayson here at the XL Energy Center. And joining me on the Northland Ford Intermission Report, a familiar face to us, but we're used to talking to you down on ice level, Bart Larson, associated with the Edina hockey program as an assistant and a head coach for more than 3 decades. Now you're an Eastview assistant. Since you just played today, Bart, I've got to ask you, you played Elk River so tough. It was a tough game here today.
Well, kids really played well. You know, I thought that, you know, when you come into a facility like this, this is the first time for the kids, and they just had a great effort. We've had a great, great February. We had a great region, and now that we're, get the first game, and that's sort of tough too. And the kids played very, very well. I thought, our coaches did a good job with Mike Gibbons and Matt Percival, getting the kids ready, and the kids played hard, and that's all you really can ask of the young players.
What is your vantage point like now, after having been a head coach at Edina and also Edina West and assisting Willard Eichela way back? You've been in all different roles. What's it like now, being an assistant coach with Mike Gibbons over at a program that's just starting out?
Well, it's a lot of fun. I really didn't know what to expect when I started, helping him there. Mike basically plans all the practices, and Coach Percival is involved with setting all the logistics and doing all the administrative work as far as who's going where, and I just sort of show up and I try to help out a little bit and do the best I can, maybe add a little experience from what I've had and picked up over the years. So I'm really enjoying it.
Isn't that the phrase, 90% of life is showing up?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We got to let you go, but we know you're enjoying a 20-year reunion of Edina West and Edina hockey players. Thanks for joining us, Bart.
Thanks so much, Jeff.
All right, that's Bart Larson. I was about to say an Edina coach. He's with Eastview now, but he's coached at Edina all those years. We thank him for joining us as we continue the Northland Ford Intermission Report.
Just announced an additional $500 auto show bonus at your Northland Ford store. For a limited time, use the total of $1,500 cash back to lower your lease payment to only $169 a month for 24 months on a new Ranger 4x4. That's a well-equipped 4x4 super cab pickup with 4 doors and a powerful V6, all for just $169 a month. But hurry, the auto show bonus ends March 26th, so get to your Northland Ford store today.
Welcome to Cost Cutters. How can we make your hair look great today?
At Cost Cutters, the look you want is the look you'll get. So visit Cost Cutters today and tell us, how can we make your hair look great? Cost Cutters, your look, your way.
To keep cool, elephants flap their ears and spray themselves with water. Fortunately, you don't have to resort to such primitive methods. Armstrong air conditioners are built tough to keep your house cool and comfortable inside, even if it feels like a jungle outside. Armstrong Air, strength you can rely on.
Yeah. For all your heating and cooling needs, call Steve's Heating and Service in East Bethel.
soda or something.
Fact, students in high school activities gain a better sense of sportsmanship. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
The shots are even, but Moorehead's 2 goals about 4 minutes apart are the difference. It's 2-1 Spuds. It should be a great third period. That wraps up the Northland Ford Intermission Report. Wally and Lou will call it when we come back.
The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
The bagel, the hanging garden, the checkerboard. While some create a new pizza every month, Papa John's would rather make the same pizza right, using quality ingredients. Maybe that's why we've been voted #1 4 years in a row. After all, why keep reinventing the pizza if you make it right the first time?
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Get a large pizza with any 5 toppings for just $10.99. Papa John's, the original pizza you dip.
There's not enough time in the day, but there are 13 hours to get what you want. Dayton's 13-hour sale, this Saturday only.
Isn't life delicious? Life is so delicious with Simex. Life should be delicious. Life should be convenient too. But sometimes you don't have the time to cook the way you'd like to do. You can pick it up and take it home. Convenient through and through. Isn't life delicious? Life is so delicious with Simex.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America. For families and individuals. Mountaintops, as well as soccer fields. And, like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
KMSP.com is now KMSP.TV.
We're back in downtown St. Paul at the brand spanking new XL Energy Center, sitting in the very same location as the former St. Paul Civic Center. I kind of like this building a little better, eh?
This is really the, when you say no comparison in anything, this is what you mean by it, no comparison to the old arena. Even though we're up high, we've got great sight lines, we're closer to the action. This arena is just outstanding. What a job they've done here. It's got to be a treat for the people coming from out of town, Wally, that haven't had the opportunity to visit the XL Center and experience a game or some entertainment here. It's just a wonderful facility, great sight lines. It's clean, there's room to move around, they've got a lot of bathrooms. It's just a quality arena.
You know, and I've even noticed too that you can have people walking around the concourse, a group of 2 or 3 people. They can stop, they can talk. There's plenty of room for people to walk around, so you're not blocking traffic.
That's right, they make an experience out of it. It becomes a night of entertainment, whether you're out watching the game or back in the concourse talking and enjoying the pop.
And we had some goals in this period too.
Great draw, one right there. And this is when we saw Moorehead get on the board, and Buckholz, who had scored the last goal, makes a real good clearing pass right there up ice to Smith. Smith fools the goaltender from White Bear, Arneo, on the short side. That put him up 2-1. That's where we are right now. Shots on goal are even too, and that's about the way this game has been played, 15 each.
Absolutely. Okay, we're back into live action right now, folks. The third period just underway. All-star defenseman Tim Hamley clearing it out of the zone. It comes right back to him. He's number 4 for White Bear Lake out there. They enter the zone, going into the left-hand corner now, right-hand corner rather, is Lance Millark. He tries to play it back to Hamley, who switches from right to left point. As he's rubbed out of the play, Moorehead will gain possession. Wade Harstead. Center ice pass now to Kevin Smith, who got the go-ahead goal. Back to Buckholz, back into the slot for Harstead, and he was tied up from behind by Millark and never released the shot. Meanwhile, here's Dan Gelderman coming back. He's got good lateral speed and just tosses it in and heads to the bench for a line change. Meanwhile, Moorehead coming out. They're changing on the go as well. Jeff Bernstrom at center ice has it momentarily. Back comes number 10, Stutz. On the attack, Stutz in behind the goal, circling the wagons. Stutz looking, then shoots, blocked in front. Stutz gets it again and grazes the side of the goal. Here's Slattery behind the net for White Bear. Again, White Bear in the dark, Moorehead in the white. Bjorklund straight up the middle. The wingers slow up. Bjorklund enters the zone. Apparently, Bernstrom didn't slow up enough, and it's offside. Our Dodge dealers shots on goal. Moorehead with a slight advantage in that second period. But Louis, as you alluded to at the start of this period, tied up at 15 apiece, and that really is the story of the game.
It certainly is. In this period, we've had 2 rushes by each team, and each time that they had these rushes, they were outnumbered. The offensive team would have 3, the defensive team had 4. The offensive team would have 2, the defensive team had 3. They are really supporting one another. They're making certain and not getting all caught deep. They always have someone in position to back check, help the defense. And the most impressive thing, Wally, is the fact that the guys, when they do gain the zone, they're gaining it through speed. They're going wide, and they're not throwing the puck in. They're trying to control it, and they are gaining the zone every now and then. They're coming in harmless, but at least they're getting in the zone without giving the puck up.
White Bear Lake hanging on to it right now. Stutz, a headman pass is too far for Snyder, who is squeezed out of the play. Buchholz behind his net for Moorehead. Headman pass now for Bjorklund, too far, but Bernstrom on the wing carrying on. He's 1 against 3, and that ain't gonna work. Not in this defensive style work. Picking up on the far side, Bjorklund again, putting it out in front, deflected just wide by a breaking Bernstrom. What a fine effort he made there. Far side, Hayek falls, springs back to his feet. Bergeron with a shot right on, and Arnio, the Frank Brimsack winner as a top goalie in the state, makes the save.
And Arnio had to make a good save there because he was going to be bothered by another forward. But just previous to that, Anderson had his man all tied up. Though watch this. Even when he's tied up, see, that's Anderson, number 5, taking his fella down. But Bernstrom still gets his stick on it right there and just goes by the net. But look at the close defensive play. An excellent play by Anderson. However, Bernstrom just had the presence of mind to get his stick on the ice and get it on the puck. But these fellas are checking closely, and they're doing their jobs well. They're both well coached in the defensive aspects of the game, and they're showing it here tonight.
Kopp getting the puck up across the line now for Clyden. His shot goes just wide. 4th line out there for White Bear Lake now as Coach Bill Butters looking for something to inspire his team. Down by a goal with 12 minutes and 14 seconds to go. This will be an icing call against the Moorehead Spuds. U.S. Bank reminds you it's a 2-1 game and no scoring here in the third, and we got a barn burner the rest of the way.
At Great Clips, we found a simple way to give you a better haircut. We listen to your ideas about style and fashion and taste. It's part of our ongoing postgraduate instruction at the Great Clips Advanced Training Centers, where every stylist learns how to shape and create, to look, and most importantly, to listen.
Stop. Hold it. Freeze. Now.
So that your haircut, your image, your style is always simply your own. Great Clips, guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
You're looking at a concerned Coach Bill Butters of the White Bear Hockey Club. He knows there's 12 minutes to go, which is plenty of time, but he knows his team's not getting a lot of opportunities, which makes it very, very dangerous the way this game's going.
One thing that Anthony LaPanta, who works the afternoon games with Frank Mazzocco, was pointing out to us is that White Bear Lake has never in 14 years won a quarterfinal playoff game here in state tournament play. That's incredible. I never realized that.
It really is.
And they're trailing in this one by a goal to the Moorehead Spuds. Here's Kevin Smith rolling it around. Moorehead here for their 6th trip to the state. They've been runner-up on 3 occasions. They've been 3rd twice and are 10-5 overall in tourney play. A spectacular record. A lot of that coming under the guidance of Coach Terry Cullen, who had all the Cullen boys playing for him as well.
They were fine hockey players, too. And Terry is an excellent coach. Good program there.
Moorehead up out of their own end with James Marcy passing it too far to the right wing boards for Wade Harstad. Now here's White Bear Lake with a chance coming back. Jeff Snyder cutting out in front. They have an open man, Slattery, but he's tied up. Net comes loose on that goal mouth collision.
Yeah, Marcy's coming back, and he knew that the pass might get through, so he just dove to block the pass. He actually slid into the net and got it off its moorings. You see Stutz here. He's looking to pass the puck across. As he does, here's Marcy, number 6, sliding into the net as he's taking his man with him, Slattery, and the puck goes awry, and the net comes off the mooring, so we got a face-off to the goalie's right.
Stepping up is White, taking a big crunching blow there from number 11, Harstad, but keeps the puck in deep. Goes around to the other wall where Hayek has it, unable to clear it. Again from the point, White launches one wide of the net. Now here's Stutz with a try. Shot is wide. Far side, White keeping it in, handing it off now to Millard. That shot goes wide. I think that number 2, the defenseman, was Parnell. White Bear Lake getting some opportunities, and finally Moorehead just content to lift it out. Parnell shooting it in.
White Bear having 4 shots from the point, and that's where they'll get their shots, because as we said earlier, Moorehead's really supporting down low, and the points are open, and they've got to get some shots on the net from there. When you get the opportunity, put it on net. That's when things can happen.
Deutsch for White Bear will shoot it back into the Moorehead zone. Netminder Beiswinger. Good stand-up goalie, playing his best hockey of the year the last couple of weeks for Moorehead. Watches as play goes down to the other end. White Bear Lake's Hamley now trying to start it up with a cross-ice pass to LeMay. It bounces away from him and controlled by Stavanger. Turned right back over to Deutsch. Jared Deutsch just bounces it back to Buchholz for Moorehead. His pass up the middle, deflects to the other side now for Kragerol. Kragerol hurt back earlier in the season, kept him out of the semifinals. Did not play in the final game either. This is a team at Moorehead who has been plagued with injuries all season long. And just when they thought they had their full lineup back, DJ Yarber goes down with an intestinal problem. We certainly wish you, DJ, a very speedy recovery. Pass a little bit behind Kragerol. Remains in the zone, and this time Beiswinger is going to let his team catch their breath as White Bear Lake is putting on some pressure. U.S. Bank still shows a 2-1 Moorehead lead.
U.S. Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points, and you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from U.S. Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
With 9:15 to go here in the third period, Moorehead leading 2-1. White Bear out shooting them 2-1 this period. We've got a real close hockey game, and these clubs both continue to use their body, playing very intelligently, supporting one another. And you're seeing them move the puck out of the zone very, very well under intense forechecking. So these clubs are well schooled in the fundamentals of hockey, and showing it here tonight in a fine exhibition of Class AA hockey here in the state of Minnesota.
Under 9 minutes to go in the third period. Cranking it up is Carter with a shot going wide of the goal. Moorehead gaining possession. Again, Moorehead is in the white. White Bear Lake in the dark jerseys. Here's Russell on the far side for the Spuds, just clearing the zone. Tim Hamley checked on the play, lost the puck, helps to get it back again, handing it off to Carter. His play back to the D doesn't work as Gelderman was breaking up ice, and swinging back for it now is Mercado. To Gelderman. Through the middle now to a breaking Millard. He'll slow up and just drive it in. Back for it is number 6, James Marcy, the junior defender for Moorehead. They lose the puck. Picking it up now is Herbert, trying to feed it back to the point. Play is held in by number 5, Anderson. Out of the corner, Stutz going behind the net, looking, in front for Snyder, bounces away, puck loose. Slattery can't get to it because there's a goalie down there called Chad Beiswinger who had something to say.
That would have been the best chance White Bears had in 25 minutes. That was a perfect opportunity. The pass was just a hair behind Snyder because Stutz is coming around the net. Look at this, and you see the pass just a little too far to the right. Had that puck been a couple of feet over, Snyder would have been able to shoot right off the pass from 15 feet. A good opportunity, just gone awry with a slightly off target pass.
Stutz, Snyder, and Slattery remain on the ice. 4 White Bear Lake in the dark jerseys. Puck goes off into the corner. Slattery after it, but beating to it is James Marcy. He'll ring it around for 21 to Hayek. He's crunched by Snyder. Snyder then decked by number 3 Rosenfeld. Puck pops loose. There's a blast. They score! Slattery unloading after that big checking going on along the wall. But it was 2 Moorehead players taking out 1 White Bear guy. That left somebody open. And Slattery ties it.
And Slattery let fly with a bullet from the top of the circle. And those are the kind of opportunities that you have to score because you're not getting clean ones. But as you said, some heavy body work along the boards took a couple of guys out of the play. You'll see right here. And after you see a lot of work, there's a few guys down, and the puck's going to bounce free. Watch number 7 move off a little to the right, and he gets right in position to shoot that puck as it comes free. And Slattery puts it away to tie this game 2-2. We don't see many opportunities, but when they got them, they let a couple rockets go to beat the goaltenders, and that's why we're at a 2-2 game here with 7:33 to go in the third period after a great shot by Brian Slattery. And that's the way you're going to have to get pucks. They're not going to be pretty plays. They're going to result in some heavy collisions, pucks bouncing free, and a guy just has to pounce on it and take the shot when you got it. When you're in these close tight games, you don't pass up any opportunity to shoot the puck in the net because you never know when you're going to get another shot the way they're checking.
Well, it goes back to what you were saying in the second period of trying to feed the points. Well, Slattery right there was about 45 feet away when he unloaded that shot.
Yeah, up high is where they're getting the only shots because they're supporting, Moorehead supporting so well down low.
Brian Slattery's 12th goal of the year. The assist going to his line mates, number 20, Jeff Snyder, and number 10, Ryan Stutz, ties up this hockey game. Back into his own zone for White Bear Lake is Mercado. Trying to swing it around the boards. Number 11 up along the wall. There is Herbert playing it back to Mercado. He's looking for Hambley. Hits him on the tape. Hambley's pass, errant, and will be icing against the Bears.
One thing you noticed tonight, because of the kind of defensive play we had, Hambley's a defenseman, usually moves up in the play. He has opportunities to move up in the play or carry the puck out. He's being eliminated down lower. He's being put under so much pressure. He hasn't had the opportunity to come up into the play. So you haven't heard his name offensively like you normally would in some of the games. And that's because of the strong checking of Moorehead. They're keeping him out of the play, or when he gets the puck, they're eliminating him early and not allowing him to jump back into it.
Here is Hambley. Moorhead backing off, now pursuing his number 11, Harstad, to pressure him. And once again, Hambley is forced into an errant pass. Dave Morinville, the coach for Moorhead, looks like he's going with pressure on this guy, Tim Hambley.
Yeah, and that's the way to play him. You can't allow Hambley to come out of the zone alone with the puck and ramble up ice. He can handle it very well. He's got a good knowledge of the game and a good perception of what's happening around him. The only shots he's been able to have on net, one time he broke through and he got a good shot away. Other than that, they're all coming from the point because he's being kept down low, and they're pressuring him when he gets the puck. They're not allowing him to, you know, just go up the ice freely.
Oh. Late hit after the whistle.
And a heavy hit that was.
And a little bit slow to his feet is Lance Millard.
Russell took him into the, you know, Russell was coming to him, and he just, as the whistle's blowing right here, he just follows into him with a heavy shoulder right in the head. And Millar's got to keep his head up when you're taking those passes. You can only look down so low for a second or two, because the way Moorehead plays, they come to you quickly. They're very aggressive going to the puck carrier, so they're coming. You better get in position to accept the check.
Millark is going to head off to the bench to catch some air after that jolt. Yeah. He started the year in the JV squad, but worked his way up through a just tenacious effort to actually a first line opportunity earlier in the season. There's a long shot, goes just wide. We do have a delayed penalty coming up. It'll go against the Spuds. Mercado with the puck. They pull their goalkeeper, but as Moorehead gains possession at center, they also gain a whistle and a trip to the box. We've got a power play coming up for the White Bear Lake Bears, who have tied up this hockey game on the U.S. Bank scoreboard.
Now through March 31st, Chevy's making a lot of noise at the Minneapolis Auto Show with 0.0% APR financing for up to 60 months on the 2001 Blazer. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. 0.0 APR financing. Now at your Chevy dealer.
We've got a lot of great big hockey fans here tonight, and here's our Pearson's Hockey Nuts Cam. Go crazy, guys. You're on TV. It's your moment of fame.
Well, a power play for White Bear as Russell took Hamley down with a high stick around the throat. That gives White Bear an opportunity to pull into the lead. We're tied at 2, 6:08 to go here in the third period.
Bears have their big guns on the ice. Number 16 on the far side. Gelderman relaying it to the point. Receives a return pass. Feeds it back in the point for Herbert. Now to Hamley. Over to this side for Millark. Millark's pass glances off the skate of Buchholz. He's a defenseman who likes to play it up high to break it up. They go across ice to Gelderman. He winds and fires. Easy stop there for Beiswinger, who swung over to the other side. Puck clear, but Hamley holds it in. Tosses it off for Millark. Going down low and now back to the point. They keep going around the horn here, but no dice. It bounces off Gelderman into the corner. Gelderman and Carter both down there working on number 12, Eric Stavanger. Buchholz now will slide it up to the winger, and they clear the zone.
Moorehead doing a good job of keeping that puck on the outside. They know that the pass is going to go across to the far side. They don't mind it as long as the man isn't able to move into the shooting area. So White Bear's moving the puck around the outside, trying to get the puck down low after a cross-ice pass, but they haven't been able to connect because Moorehead reacts to the puck so well. They're very quick in going to the puck area once the pass is made.
Touchstone Energy power play clock now down to 35 seconds for White Bear. 2-2 hockey game. Third period action. Under 5 minutes to go. Backhanded to neutral ice. 25 seconds left in the power play. Hamley.
White Bear's going to have to carry that puck over the zone. They got to come with speed. The puck is back at the blue line, and the fellas are just going half speed up at center ice. No one's got any speed going into the zone. They're easy to stop.
Short-handed. Moorehead into the attack zone. This is Brian Becker, number 20, just rolling it in deep. He'll head off in a line change. Scott Bjorklund scoots in rapidly. Now here's Tim Hamley. I think he's been on the ice for about 2.5 minutes. At center, Bjorklund lost it. Carrying on is Stutz shooting it in. And finally, some changes, including Hamley going off for White Bear.
Terrific job done by Moorehead, not allowing anything to get to the goaltender. In fact, hardly allowing White Bear the opportunity to come into the zone.
Marcy's long shot is batted away by Arnio. Here comes Herbert. He lost it. Carrying on, though, is Brian LeMay. Le shot, le save. And it's still a 2-2 hockey game here at the X at the corner of 7th and Kellogg in downtown St. Paul.
Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Call Papa John's now and order a Papa's Choice for just $10.99. That's a large with up to 5 toppings of your choice for just $10.99.
A shot from the far outside perimeter by LeMay on the net gets a face-off in the zone of Moorehead, and this is a good omen for White Bear because they've won 11 of the 13 draws this period. One thing they have been good at, White Bear, is controlling the puck off the face-off.
Out of the paint, 27.
And they won that one, unfortunately for them. One of the Moorehead players had gone into the paint. Buchholz had moved in. They'll do it again. They win it again.
Yep, 12 of 14 in this period. Down low, number 14, Kleber, trying to put it out in front. There's a shot right on, blocked. Make that Carter, number 14. It goes in behind the goal. Number 10 is Smith there for Moorehead. He'll wing it around to the other side. Not out as pinching in was Anderson. But now it's taken over by Mark Buchholz, captain of the team. Buchholz pass to center off of Kevin Smith's stick, and coming right back on the other side is Ryan Carter. He slows up looking for Gelderman. Now Gelderman deep into the corner, tried to feed it back to Carter off his stick, and here come the Spuds. Harstad across the line, 2-on-1. It's in his skates. He tries to pry it out, does. It's loose in front, a couple of tries, and Arnio had enough of that to make the save.
And a great effort by Russell. He was tied up in front of the net by Anderson, spun around, still got a stick on it, and Arnio had to make the save.
Gelderman tossing it up ice now for number 5, Anderson, a defenseman. He goes nowhere. Both teams are changing on the fly as play continues. Anderson from center will shoot it in. Marcy around the net to his defense partner. Rosenfeld off the board. Several players crunch up along the wall there, and Hamley will play it back to Anderson again. Slattery's pass blocked. Moorhead regaining possession.
You see the close gaps Moorhead's got. Their defensemen are right up behind their forward. There's no openings for White Bear to operate in that neutral zone. They're really keeping the gaps tight, Moorhead is, and it's been real good for them here. Just cutting off anything White Bear's trying to do coming through the neutral zone.
We're almost into a next goal win situation with under 2 minutes to go. And now icing called against White Bear Lake. Timeout on the ice. There's the story on the U.S. Bank scoreboard. It's the nail biter.
What can we tell you about the show that's moving to UPN 9? Nothing. The show about nothing. Weeknights at 6:30, starting April 2nd. Yada, yada, yada.
Two very sharp goalies here. Arnio on your left, and the net's for White Bear, and on your right, Beiswinger for Moorhead. Shots on goal, 22-18 for White Bear. Shots don't mean anything because the quality chances are few between each of the clubs, and they're very even. Even though there are a few more shots on goal cleared by White Bear, nothing really dangerous except the last opportunity from the high slot and the goal that was scored earlier. Other than that, the shots on goal don't really tell the tale. The tale is that there are no chances because of close checking, and we are right now in the last goal wins or next goal wins opportunity because these clubs aren't giving up anything.
No, they're not. It's been a great hockey game.
It really has. Very well played. I think we're going to overtime. I hate to say it.
Hey.
I can't see anybody, and I'm not even worried about the overtime. I think we might go into a long overtime the way these guys are checking.
No, you negotiated a pay raise for us in OT, eh?
That's right.
Thanks, buddy. I knew you'd be a good agent. Here's Bjorklund across the line for Moorhead. He's slowed down. Weston Mack sends both players to the ice. Officials wisely let play continue. Picked up by Moorhead's make that White Bears Carter. He throws it up the middle now for Hambley, trying to break in, but Buchholz had him angled off. Goalkeeper Beiswinger out there. He wants a part of the action. Gelderman up along the boards, trying to get the puck loose. We have 1 minute to go on the Chrysler clock here. And it looks like icing called against the Spuds, bringing a face-up back to the left of Beiswinger.
You're looking at Bill Butters again, and you know that the good thing that can happen here is win a draw cleanly and get a chance. Look at the kind of checking you're seeing all the way through. They're fighting one another as hard as you can fight. Really, Mercado, the sophomore, taking down Bjorklund there. And this is what you're seeing. Even when it looks like a guy's open, just momentarily, each of the clubs are reacting so quickly that the opening just goes away. So this is an opportunity. You're going to have a timeout by White Bear. They've been winning the draws. They've got a draw to Beiswinger's left. They've got the opportunity to get a good shot on goal from the point, and that's what they've got to do, is win a draw, get a shot from the point, and try and get to a rebound. And this has been difficult because Moorhead's defense have been very strong around the net. They're moving people away. They're letting Beiswinger see the shots, and Bill Butters is trying to tell them how to set up for this opportunity here.
What do you expect to see then? You talk about the center pulling it back to the point. What's going to happen with the forwards then?
Well, if the center, what he's going to do is try and get it back. And as soon as that draw comes, the left winger here should go right in front of the net. He's going to just drive to screen the goaltender, and they're going to hope that a shot can get to the net or he can deflect it. At the same time, the right winger down here, if a defenseman moves it to check him, he should just tie him up. Just stay right there to keep him out of the play. So you eliminate the other defenseman and go for a shot on goal and a rebound, because once the center wins a draw, he too will head for the net. Sometimes there have been some players, and I don't think White Bear's going to do it, where after a center to win a draw, he'd step off to the right and come back in position for a drop pass. I think right now that these guys, the way they're playing, they're going to just drive to the net instead. But here's an opportunity for Moorhead. See the way they're fighting through checks, and look in front of the net. You're going to see a man all tied up right there. We were talking about Anderson tying him up before, but Smith was able to spin around and still get his stick on the puck. They're tying one another up. The fella being tied up has got the presence of mind to get your stick on the ice. When you get around the net, get that stick on the ice so something might hit it, the puck might hit it and go in the net. I don't like the way Six right here. He's in position to get that puck right out now, but Hambley was all the way at the point. Had he been in closer, he could have played that clearly.
Harstad trying to split the D, but it rolls slowly back to Arneo.
A big win there for Moorehead. They haven't won many faceoffs this period that cleanly, and that was cleanly won.
Officials down there. Mike Riley. Now watch the call this the snow job. Watch the spray coming on in.
So you see when we were looking at that faceoff, Marcy was left all alone. I didn't like the way he was all alone there, because if the winger was there, he could have checked him. He had a lot of time to just shoot that around the zone. You might as well put your players up front to tie everybody up and try and win it cleanly to the point. That way you don't let them get the puck as cleanly as these guys have been winning these faceoffs and coming out of the zone.
They're going for the long bomb there.
Yeah.
Half a minute to go.
Dangerous play at this stage of the game. You better make sure you get the puck out of the zone with short passes.
Hamley to Slattery. That short one didn't work. It was broken up by Smith. Hamley again. Nice pirouette move to get away from traffic. Slides it up now for Carter. His pass goes off the leg of Millark and is back into neutral ice. Hamley receives the return pass. 10 seconds left, but there's downed players back in the Moorehead zone. That's why the Bears can't come up ice. Now with 3 seconds left, one last burst for Hamley. He'll have to hurry, and not enough time remains. We have overtime.
Well, I think that's a fitting end to the game thus far, because this has been evenly played. Each of these clubs, shots are 22-19, but as we said, the chances are very even. And you're looking at goaltender Arneo, who's got great support from his defense in front of the net, the same way Beiswinger has by his defense. These clubs have checked extremely well throughout. They know they're in a hockey game, and I'll tell you, whoever plays the winner tomorrow night of these two teams, they're going to get checked. They're going to know they're in a hockey game.
Well, is this Friday night? Usually you and I get the Friday night overtime games.
Yeah, well, I kind of think we get all these overtime games. They're starting to come every night.
All right, we're going to take a short time out here. The players are resting. The coaches are going through the strategy. Next goal wins this hockey game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back to the X.
We make them great, and we make them grand. We make them front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. There's one that automatically controls the climate, while there's nothing remotely like this one. And what with hooks, holders, shelves, bins, even a moving console, Dodge Caravan comes in more configurations than any other minivan out there, including this nicely configured figure. The all-new Dodge Caravan, the only minivan starting under $19,000.
Brighten your walls with Dutch Boy from Menards. Kitchen and bath paint dries to a beautiful semi-gloss finish that resists dirt, stains, and high moisture. On sale, just $16.88 a gallon. Make any painting job faster and easier with the Home Right Paint Stick. Just fill the handle with paint and push in for great results. This 8-piece kit is on sale, just $19.99. Menards is your complete home decorating headquarters.
Save big money at Menards.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America. For families and individuals. Mountaintops, as well as soccer fields. And, like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
We're here because of these kind of plays, and look at here. Slattery, number 7 in the black for White Bear. He's going in to check the defenseman Marcy. Marcy gets it around the boards real well, but look at the physicalness of the play, and this is what's happened. Strong checking along the boards. The forecheck coughs up, allows a loose puck to come free. Watch 7 break right in after he gets a pass from Slattery. The puck just bounced out, and he's able to put it away. But you notice how each of these clubs are really moving their feet. Slattery went from the right side to the left side and got in position to be a back checker if he had to be, or to get a shot away as he was able to do, and put that on net and tie the game. This is a real solid physical game by both clubs. and they're checking so well, they're not giving up many opportunities at all.
And that is a good close look at Brian Slattery, good hard-nosed player. He's led the team in playoff scoring and picks up a huge goal here tonight to force the fourth period. Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny with you, along with Ryan Lund and Jeff Grayson, and a hard-working cast of technical people behind the scenes here, bringing you all the pictures of the 2001 State High School Boys Hockey Tournament. Hope you're enjoying it, folks. Saddle up. We've got overtime coming. But first, there's some debris on the ice that they're clearing away. Linesman C.J. Berlin dropping the puck. A little bit of a hook right off the draw. Puck up along the boards. Moorehead taking control. Again, Moorehead in the white. Here comes Davinger across the line. Sending it out in front. Oh, big scramble of bodies in the crease. Somehow that did not go in.
In fact, it came off the goaltender's pad right across the crease. He didn't know where it was. The second shot carried right across the crease off his pad.
Here's Mercado, check, but rings it around to the other door for Carter. He's tied up along the boards. Hamley there, number 4, ready to dig it out. Number 10 grabs it instead. That's Smith, but his pass is blocked. Gelderman on a partial breakaway. Gelderman shoots, blocked. The loose puck there, and Smith recovers for Moorehead. Now Smith tosses the center, but Mercado with a steal. He'll wait for a teammate, then lost the puck to Buchholz. Here's Buchholz going in. His shot is blocked by the defense of Hamley. Wow, what racehorse hockey here in overtime. 3-on-2, White Bear. There's a blast by Millark, right on goal. And finally cleared away by Bjorklund, but not out. Bjorklund back to chase it down in the corner and stopped behind his goal as White Bear, changing on the fly, allows Moorehead room to come up ice. Pass by Bjorklund, too far into the wing for Harstad. Make that 21 instead of Hayek, who gives chase into the corner. Stepping up is Rosenfeld to keep it alive. Hambley tossing it over to Anderson, number 5. Center ice. It's stopped there by Bernstrom and shot right back in, and Moorehead continues to change. 6:20 to go as we put 8 minutes up on the overtime clock here for a high school playoff. Anderson tied up along the wall and ties his man up. Number 14 was Matt Kleber. Going after the puck, number 2. Craigerall. Leaving it in the corner there for number 14, Kleber, digging it loose, popping it out in front, blocked by the defense. There's a scramble of players. Hamley circles behind his own goal for White Bear. Boy, what great opportunities at both ends of the building.
You know, they just loosened up in the overtime, Wally. They haven't had this much open ice in the whole 3 periods previous to this. It's like everybody wants to get that goal, and they're forgetting a little about their defensive play, or as close as they've played earlier in this game.
On the ice, number 8 was Ryan Russell. Moorehead shooting it to the blue line. Anderson now steps up and hits the line. 45 feet out. Shot is blocked. Another try driven wide by Travis Herbert. Big check along the far side. Knocks to the ice. Clyden. Effort too far for Harstad will be an icing violation against Moorehead and will force a face-off in their own defensive zone. There's a timeout here in overtime with 5 minutes to go in the 4th period. We'll be back.
It's a good day morning. It's the way good days begin. It's a good day morning.
Heavy check-in again. Russell on the boards doing a yeoman's job of taking the body. Russell has played extremely well along those boards. He's not afraid to take the body, and he does it effectively. And Bjorklund's been exceptional out here for Moorehead as well tonight.
Grabbing the puck is James Marcy for Moorehead. Pass a little bit behind 21 Hayek, but it's offside as they do reach back and enter the zone illegally.
Just 1 or 2 feet, a little too quick getting over that line, because Bjorklund's coming with the puck, and it just took Kevin Smith an extra second to get ahead of him, and that caused the offside. Actually, it was Bernstrom, but they are still using their bodies very effectively. The checking has not stopped.
Number 3 ranked White Bear Lake has not played an overtime game this year. Number 9 ranked Moorehead has played 8 of them and are 4-3-1 in the extra session, including winning their last 3 overtime games, which all came in the last 3 games of the regular season. 4.5 to go in overtime. The first overtime. Marcy at the point. He lets it go. They score! Deflected out in front by Bernstrom, and Moorehead wins.
And what a great deflection. Did you notice as he's coming out from behind the net, the deflection's actually going to go between his legs. He was very, very smart to put his stick down and just actually looked like it went off the backhand of the blade. That was a great, great shot by Marcy from the point. And Bergstrom coming out from behind the net deflects it very well. And an outstanding, outstanding hockey game ends with Moorehead winning 3-2 here in the overtime period. You're looking at the dejected Bill Butters, and you can understand why. His team's played very hard all year long, but they've got a young hockey club, 5 sophomores, 5 juniors. They're going to be a threat again next year. And look at that deflection.
Wow,
that
nice
was done
job.
like a pro. Just a terrific deflection. Here you see the shot. Now look at, see that right between his legs. He spread his legs apart. He knew that he had to get on the blade, and he had to make certain it didn't get on the skate, so they, you know, would have had an opportunity to wave it off. But a great deflection from Bernstrom coming out of the corner, and Marcy with a real fine shot. You see the pass out of the corner there, and look at that shot from Marcy. Down low, he sees the man in front, and that's all it took. And I think Buckles probably should get an assist on that too. That'd give him 3 points for the game, because I think it was him that passed it out of the corner.
It was Hayek, number 21, who got it instead of 27. Yeah. Close resemblance in numbers there, but big win for Moorehead Spuds in overtime. And I think Dave Morinville said it best between periods. He says, we're a team that doesn't get a lot of notice or a lot of respect, but we're a much better team than people really think we are.
Oh, he said it, and he felt it, boy. I mean, he was very, very confident that his hockey club could come here and do well. Talking to us before the game, he mentioned, yeah, we did maybe get some breaks in the game against Roseau in the championship game, but look back, we beat them 8-1. We got a good team. We've had opportunities. He said, people forget the schedule we played and how well we've done. So I don't think there's any surprise in his part. And I got to tell you, they are a well-coached hockey team. I love the way they check. They support one another up. There's so many guys in that team that could be stars here tonight. We got to pick a couple. But I want to tell you, they have really acquitted themselves extremely well and surprised, I think, a lot of people around here.
And the jinx continues for White Bear Lake, 0 for 15 in quarterfinal play at the state tournament. Ryan Lund is downstairs with a couple of smiling lads.
Oh, you can't believe how big the smiles on these guys' faces are. The camera doesn't do it justice. Another classic state tournament moment. Moorehead Spuds going into the semis. Jeff Bernstrom, you got the winning goal. How do you feel right now?
Oh, I'm very excited. I don't know, I just tipped it. I don't know.
Tell me about it. We had the shot from the point. You opened the leg.
Yeah, I just came out of the corner and I saw Jimmy shoot it and I just tipped it. I don't know.
What did Coach say to you guys going into the overtime?
Just keep using the body and get shots and go to the net. That's about it.
All right, congratulations, Jeff. All right, I'm going to move down with Scott Bjorklund here. Scott, a hard checking game. I mean, you guys knew you were playing White Bear, and you also made sure your presence was felt for them, too.
Yeah, well, our game plan the whole way was just go out there and be physical with them, That's what we wanted to do. We knew we could wear them down. I mean, our team's in pretty good shape, and we've won our last, 3 games in overtime. This makes it 4, so, I mean, this is sweet. We just went out there and played hard and physical and went at them hard.
No, I didn't sense any letdown when White Bear scored that tying goal in the third period. You guys seemed to maintain your intensity out there.
Yeah, the letdown was more before their goal was scored. I mean, we came out pretty flat in the third. We weren't controlling the puck or anything. Didn't look like we wanted it, and after that goal, it looked like we were just a little less tense. You know, it was tied up again. We weren't in the lead, and we just started controlling the puck, getting the shots, and started controlling the play, playing physical again.
As good as this feels right now, you got to go back to work tomorrow night.
Yeah, we came down here for one thing, and that's to be champs. So we got 2 more to win.
All right, well, you've taken step 1. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Moorehead wins it 3-2 in an overtime thriller. We'll be back with more from the XL Energy Center in the Class AA quarterfinals.